What is going on, y'all? Hope everyone has started their week out well. Looks like these kingdoms have not. So, according to Pineapple, Wind Camp felt like they deserved the star for fighting against Earth Camp. Betrayed us. He's in 42. Water Camp. Betrayed us during 42's downtime in Water Camp, and now we are fighting Wind and Earth. Started their week out. And yes, I know I forgot to mute again. There we go. You will not hear the double echo. So we're watching Kingsland Betrayal here. Apparently it was Wind and Water versus Earth and Fire, and the Wind Camp felt like they deserved the star, so now there is Water Camp fighting Wind and Wind's new allies in Earth Camp. KvK won, I do believe. How's it going, Master? Swizz, good to see ya. St. Jolene, Snow Goose is here. Pineapple, welcome. So any questions, just ask Pineapple, right? We have the Wind Camp, the Betrayers, in blue here. Let's take a look at territory. Earth Camp is what? 20, 27, and 43. It looks like they are building back into Kingsland here. Looks like Fire Camp is out of Kingsland. Kingsland is primarily occupied, if I'm not mistaken, by Orange, which is Wind Camp, huh? Excuse me, Water Camp. Water Camp is orange, Wind Camp is purple, it looks like. Peyton with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you very much, Peyton. I appreciate you. Screenshots were apparently going around of Wind already saying they would betray us. No, this is KvK 4. Okay, so it's the first season of Conquest KvK for many of these kingdoms. Yeah, so cut them here, right? That cuts a nice. This is where I'd be focused right now, down here. Not up here. This is where I would put all of my resources, on this flag right here. Oh, they're connected this way though, so maybe not. Yeah, cut off this arm. That's less teleport spots. It's hard when. Why don't they make different camps different colors just from the start? Don't let people pick. Just make them different colors. Well, I mean, their original enemies, Earth Camp, probably made a backdoor deal. Hey, you guys lost. Come in and help us get the star at the end, and we'll We'll give you first occupation, or we'll give you Chronicle rewards, or something stupid like that, right? All for a few thousand gems. We did happy. I watched that with Apple on Sunday. It was rather amazing to me that 49 dominated so hard in the middle. I mean, they both got great players, right? Wind wants the star because they fought Earth Camp that has 3227. I don't give a fuck if it's 3227 or 1029 or 1654, or it doesn't frickin' matter. If there was an agreement, there was an agreement, and you don't betray allies. Now, if there is a disagreement over who gets the star at the end, fine. Then, you know, fight each other, but don't ally with another kingdom who was previously your enemy and ask them to help you get the star. A few thousand gems and the loss of respect for your king, and that's it, right? I mean, this kingdom will forever be known now as asshats. You know, and I don't know them from another, right? But I mean, let's not forget there are two sides to every story. We are getting one side of the story at the present time. These look like C, maybe little bees. Yeah, the star is just cosmetic. It means absolutely nothing at the end of the day. It's the Autric inscriptions that people want, people need more than anything. I don't know when Kingsland opened, but the fact that there are so many resource nodes taking up teleport spots indicates to me that it was recently. What's going on, Car? Good to see you. Master popping your command right away. Thank you, Master. The concept of self-policing I've found not to work outside of Imperium High A kingdoms. Yeah, I don't know, guys. There's just way too many betrayals lately. It's gonna ultimately be the death of this game, I think. And that's because it's the Autric rewards at the end are so lopsided. 240 to 60. Some KvKs, it's 260 to 40. So let's change this poll, right? I'm curious. If your kingdom betrayed another in KvK, would you If your kingdom betrayed another in KvK, would you participate in the fights? What's up, Jimbo? Lido, good evening. I mean, that's a tough call, right? If your kingdom betrayed in KvK, would you participate in the fights? We're not, no, Lido. Our KvK is pretty well done. Yeah, exactly, Master. If you don't participate, your own kingdom might zero you. If you do participate, it goes against your morals, your code of honor, your ethics. Dan Carson, makes sense. I don't think I would. I guess it depends on reasons. Most leaders would spin it so that they feel like they are the ones who were betrayed. Yeah, very, very good points y'all are making here, right? But I guess, yeah, for me it would depend on the situation. And if the leadership teams just couldn't agree on who got the zig at the end and started fighting, that's one thing. If the zig was decided upon, you know, let's just say in this scenario, Water Camp gets the zig, everything's decided, the handshake has been made, and then Wind later comes back and says, well, yeah, we changed our minds. No, I wouldn't participate then. That's fucking bullshit. They betrayed just for the star and allied with enemies to get their way. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of factors that would go into my decision as to, okay, would I fight or would I just say fuck it? Sorry, I got work to do. You're right, Car, as per usual. Uh-oh. New terms in YouTube made my streak go away? What do you mean, Iron? And welcome to the stream, by the way. Never had a civil war. I think it would be fun. Civil wars in the home kingdom can be brutal, right? Because you can get zeroed on your own territory. Need to get my ID renewed, I see. I mean, I have never been in a KvK where there was a betrayal. I mean, we're talking 16, 17 KvKs, so I consider myself very lucky. When I was back in 1064, yeah, that's before KvK even started, right? I mean, I remember being in 1207, and it's like, okay. You know, none of the alliances got along, and it's like, okay. It was a sign of aggression just to build and touch another alliance's territory. And then they'd fight for a bit, and the leaders would come to a decision and call a peace agreement. Or one alliance felt they deserved holy sites in the home kingdom, so they'd fight over holy sites. Which kingdoms are in this KvK? We'll take a look. C12244. C12244. We'll slide that over on the right hand side there. There we go. Yeah, this is a KvK 4. And wind and water were allies. According to Pineapple, wind felt like they deserved the star at the end, and has now allied with Earth Camp, who are both fighting Water Camp, and fire is nowhere to be seen. Someone gets a farming KvK, people complain. They got betrayal fights, they complain. Can't make everyone happy all the time, right? It's hard to even try. Yeah, looks like Earth Camp is in here on the top. This is Wind Camp on the bottom. And all this on the left is Water Camp. Looks like Fires decided to sit this one out. They got their popcorn, they're just watching it. Fire is actually in a civil war within their own camp. Good lord. What's up, EK? Yeah, I don't know. If I was Water Camp, I would think I would want to focus down here. It's easier said than done, though. They don't have a lot of territory teleport spots up close to their flags. To be honest, there's not a lot of Water Camp out here fighting. Dino! I appreciate that. This is true, Saint Jolene. If you didn't have Civil War in the beginning, I mean, there was what, a year and a few months before KvK was even a thing. That was so boring. That was so boring. Peyton just watched my buddy's KvK 3 Betrayal. One of our kingdoms in water camp is in downtime right now. When plan for it? Well, I mean, they'd be stupid not to, right? He likes Justin Bieber. Who the hell is Justin Bieber? Let's take a look at Zenith here real quick. There was some training today. Nothing crazy. I pushed up from, what were we at, 20 million to 28 million. Buster, who's that Kraken we saw yesterday in 1032, he was at like right around 31 million. He pushed up to 35 million. I just want to make sure and stay in the top 10. Echo pushed up to 21 million from 1029. Got Sir Wolfie here in 17th place. Thunder in 21st place. I think they are waiting to see where it all shakes out tomorrow. Our next training buff will be tomorrow at 20 UTC. So the final 4 hours of Zenith tomorrow, we will have that Kingdom training buff going on. Yeah, our KvK's done. The final Zig holders have the Zig. Nobody else is touching it. All the sanctuaries, all the Hyrons for the enemy, they're all lit on fire. They're all burning. So what are we going to get at the end of this KvK? No, we don't want that. This is what we want. What is your tip to those that just get back to playing the game? It depends when you left the game, Ian. It really does. I mean, if you're coming back to playing the game and you've been gone for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and you've got a account at 6 million power, just start over. You know, if you've got a T5 account and you played and you've got maybe some of the still meta commanders like Nevsky, William, Joan, just hoard gold heads until you have enough, not to max commanders in these MGEs, but to max the next commanders. So destroy 4 enemy camp Hyrons. We're not going to get that. That's very minimal. Our camp, destroy 3 sanctuaries. We're not going to get that. Those are both very, very minimal. All these other rewards, though, here we're going to get, or we've already gotten. As far as camp rewards, I'm hoping we can get up to 30 million power. We should be able to in the next 9 days. Your camp destroyed 4 enemy sanctuaries at the end of the event, so we're going to get a coin there. Your camp destroyed 6 camp Hyrons at the end of the event. We're going to get a coin there. So we're going to get 2 more coins. And then, of course, 30 Autric rewards to distribute in our starting zone, with the 3 kingdoms in our starting zone. Mr. George, we got some migrants that we want to get in, so we're going to skip one. Yeah, let's put water camp in blue this time because they're the ones that got betrayed. Not looking good for you, Pineapple, I'm sorry to say. What did Bieber call Diddy when they did collab for the very first time? I don't know if I want to know the answer to that question. What's up, Draco? KvK4, yes, that's the first with Crystal Tech, to my knowledge. Please don't sing to me, Happy. Next few KvK timings are hosed. Well, what? Lilith did that so they could match, do that Imperium KvK? Yeah, these guys back building all over now. Well, yeah, I'm hoping that 28 million holds and I don't have to train more. I've got speed ups. I've got about 1,000 days of speed ups yet. And of course, 300 some odd thousand gems. So I can certainly train some more, but, I don't want to use all those speed ups if I don't have to. And that is most definitely not a farmer in first place in our Zenith, so. What was he yesterday when we looked at him? 240 some odd million, I think. 13, 15, 17 billion kill points, something crazy there. That's all I want, top 10. I will be I'll stream tomorrow for the end of Zenith, right? But yeah, if I drop down to 8th, 9th, 10th place, that's where it gets a bit nerve-wracking. If I can sit there and 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th place, and not have to double up on my blood pressure medication, hey, that's fine with me. I don't know though if honestly, we've been approached in KvK by our enemies who have said, hey, we'd rather you get the Zig than these other guys. We'll help you if you want it. And I flat out said no. Guys just don't have the field presence. Even with one of the 3 kingdoms asleep, you think the other 2 kingdoms would be all over this. The numbers are just not there. What's up, Delta? Someone from Wind Camp here. We have the screenshots of an announcement in Water Discord with the sentence, temporary stop KP transactions. So yeah, we didn't betray just for the star. I'm confused. Can you explain, what does temporary stop KP transactions mean? And if you want to send me screenshots, feel free. My Discord link is in the description. You can find me in there. Temporarily stop kill point transactions. Were Wind and Water trading kill points for the 30 million? And then Water stopped? I'm just theorizing here. I'm just thinking out loud. And Wind considered that a betrayal and then said, fuck it, let's go. I don't get it. In any case, whatever that one sentence means, that should not start a war between allies. Let the leaders discuss things. So, I mean, I don't know who is at fault here, but it's given us content to watch. Water basically traded kill points with fire. Well, this is why you pull scans of all the kingdoms in this KvK once fighting dies down. I mean, if they were trading kill points after all the fighting was wrapped up, let them. That doesn't matter. If Fire let them, if Fire let them win, and they were trading kill points for the sole purpose of having better stats, because stats were the determining factor in who gets the zig, it's a different story. That single sentence can be interpreted in multiple ways. I myself would want to see the context surrounding that. Yeah, it makes sense, Pete. And hard to prove that they let them win and traded kill points with them simply so that they had better stats. I mean, I don't know how you prove something like that other than if it's outright said somewhere. Water Camp scanned at weird times. I'm not in leadership. I have limited information. That makes sense. And I understand you're going by what your leaders tell you, right? So... It's pricey, and I'm not necessarily a fan of Fleisch, but that scanning tool was incredible. Incredible. We'd order a scan before past fights and after all the fighting died down, and then do it again before the next past fights and after all the fighting died down, just so we had realistic data to compare. You can send it directly to me, Delta. Ken makes a very good point here. Even if they were padding stats, if you want to take them out, take them out. Allying with an opponent and going 2 versus 1 on them is what makes us feel really bad. It's bad, dirty, whatever you want to call it, right? Yeah, I can't imagine that one sentence would have spawned a betrayal unless there was some bad blood there to begin with. You know, and as a leadership team, if you're not using a tracking tool that pulls data for all the kingdoms at the same time, then you guys need to, then leadership from both kingdoms or both camps need to just work together to ensure that they are both pulling data at the same time. You know, after the fighting dies down for both sides, you agree on a date, you agree on a time, and you both pull data then. And you share data with each other then as proof. So here is the Discord being referenced, right? Guys, we are going to have a long night before we reach the stars. Be careful if you're offline. Open your shield or go back to Zone 4. Wise words. We will announce KvK results as soon as possible. Note, temporarily stop kill point transactions. So, I mean, temporarily stop kill point transactions. So, I mean, that could mean a number of things. They could be asking the kingdom, the camp, to stop trading kill points so that they could do a scan. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it is common in many KvKs, once Kingsland is decided, for players to trade kills to get that 30 million, get that coin. Whether it's duels, whether it's, hey, you bring 3 friends, I'll bring 3 friends, let's have a friendly fight here. It's something we generally do not allow in 1029. Now this KvK that we're in now was an exception. We're allowing T4, T5 trading. If players want to reach and need to reach their 5 million kill points, their 8 million kill points, or sorry, 5 million kills or 8 million kills, to get those coins at the end. If they're a long ways away from 30 million kills, it's not something that's going to be allowed. But if they're real close to 30 million and they were showing up for all the fights, the limited number of fights that we had, then yeah, we'll allow it. But generally something we frown upon. So, and that's one of the problems you run into when you have different kingdoms in a KvK and they're all scanning at different times. Right? When you compare stats, it's like comparing apples to oranges to grapefruits. If you're going to use stats as a determining factor as to who gets what rewards at the end, then you need to compare apples to apples. And you need to all be pulling scans at the same day and the same time. Now that's easier said than done, right? Different kingdoms have different downtimes. But you gotta know if your allies, if you're not on great terms with your allies, a screenshot like that could be misinterpreted. All I know is I'm low on speeds and resources. Don't know if it's even worth it for me. Well, you get half your troops back, Pineapple. So that's the good thing, right? I mean, again, it's expensive, but I really liked Fleisch's tool that was scanning all 9 of our kingdoms at the same time. Fire gave up quickly in most of the fights, while Wind fought against Earth all the time because both camps were equal in strength. So that's probably why Wind took this as sus. Well, okay, so, and you're hitting on a point here, Delta, right? Did Fire give up, or did Water Camp simply dominate them? The last KvK we were in, our allies did not want to give us the star. They said we had an easier fight than they did, which was not the case in the end when we looked at stats. The fact in our last KvK was we dominated Earth Camp so badly. They only burned one of our flags last KvK and we let them because it had no strategic value. We dominated them so thoroughly that they wanted to give up after Zone 5. They wanted to give up after Zone 5. They knew they didn't have a chance. They came to me and they said, hey, we want this and we want this and we want this, we give up. And I said, I said it nicely, but I basically said, you're not getting shit if you're giving up this early. So then they fought us in the subsequent zones. And we still dominated them, but they at least fought. Right? But to our allies, it looked like, oh, you guys had easier enemy to fight. It wasn't the case. Stats at the end showed that our allies had the easier enemy to face. So there's you know, how you see things on the field may not be how things play out. Campmates last year have been betrayed by their allies, and they saw it coming from the way diplomacy was being conducted. Yeah, I mean, you can kind of tell in diplomacy if there's going to be a potential issue or not. Six cars got a different KvK for us to watch. 12252 606 55. Someone getting zeroed. Been playing in a D siege a few times. Betrayal KvK is annoying as fuck. That's the betrayal you're talking about? Okay. Why do I know DV88? Were they in OL? I mean, this is in Zone 5, right? I mean, what the fuck? What's the point of Zone 5? This King's Land hasn't even opened yet. Hell, this past 7 hasn't even opened yet. How do you betray someone so early in a KvK? Vote for Cars Dev of the Year. They disagreed over the star early on, so they knifed him in the back. This is super early on. How are you even discussing who gets the star at the end this early in a fucking KvK? That's crazy. I mean, even the KvK we were in, right? Everyone at the beginning was like, oh, well, let's start talking end rewards. And I'm like, guys, we haven't even fought in Zone 5 or Zone 6 yet. I will not entertain discussions about end rewards until we see how the fighting plays out. It's just silly. And I mean, let's be honest, the KvK I'm in, we knew we had I would say a 90% chance to win that KvK as soon as we saw matchmaking. No disrespect to our enemies. It's more a compliment to our allies. We had good allies. But how do you even start talking about a star? I mean, if you're talking about a star before Pass 7 even opens in KvK, then you probably want to go back and look at who the fuck you're picking for allies. Right? Are the two strongest camps allying with each other for an easy KvK? If that's the case, yeah, you're damn right there's going to be a civil war because they're both going to feel like they deserve the star. Waiting until later for end rewards? Yeah, but this is before Pass 7. This is before Pass 7. Wind Camp, Pink Territory, told them they've all got to wake up at 4 a.m. to fight, as that's the time that suits them the most. That's hard. I mean, those are some of the more heated discussions. When do we finish the forts? When do we finish the flags? To trigger the timers for those those passes, right? Because, yeah, I mean, there's never a perfect time. Peyton says most real fighters look at a kingdom's stats and the type of players in the kingdom if they want to migrate there. Some leadership teams think that stars mean anything to get good fighters. I'd agree with that statement, Peyton. That's not necessarily the case. This is my KvK. I'm in fire. We're going to ally with Earth against water in a 3 versus 1. It's easier said than done, Kim. I mean, like the KvK we were just in. There was a very good chance that a couple of the enemy camps or kingdoms did not fight at all. Therefore, going into that KvK, I was adamant. We're not going by stats alone. Also why I'm not in Diplo. You know, we've had KvKs where the enemy just will not fight us, period. I mean, they will gang up on our allies, but they won't fight us at all. And then they won't even go into Kingsland. I mean, what, you predetermine in a KvK like that, where you think you're going to get fights and the enemy doesn't fight you? You predetermine in a KvK like that best stats gets the star at the end? You know, and I don't like saying best stats gets the star at the end anyway. You know, a kingdom like mine that is hyper aggressive and swarms everything. Versus a kingdom that sends rally after rally after rally at something. Who's going to have better stats in the end? You know, you could fucking dog it in a KvK to get better stats if you pre-agree that stats are going to be the determining factor as to who gets the zig at the end. I mean, we could very easily just not rally flags, not rally forts, and just open field for 3-4 fucking days before we start swarming everything. What's up, Chronico? Right? I mean, if you predetermine in a KvK stats are going to get the star at the end, you're going to have kingdoms that have less than ethical behavior and they pad their stats the entire way through. Or they go less than 100% the entire way through. .1029 has never been, since I've been here, 1029 has never been in a KvK where we've lost Zone 5. Period. We go super hard every Zone 5 to set the tone. We don't win every KvK, but we win every Zone 5. You know, stats are highly dependent upon a kingdom's playstyle as well. And quite honestly, if the enemy gets wind that, hey, stats are going to be the determining factor of who wins this KvK, who gets the star. If there's an enemy there that doesn't like me, that doesn't like my kingdom, that doesn't like a kingdom in my camp, I'm going to say, fuck it, let's not fight them. Let the other guys get the star. Let's fuck this KvK up for such and such a kingdom. Right? Kind of like 1188 did last KvK with 2489. They didn't fight much. Hey, let's fuck this KvK up for 2489. Not fight them. They won't have the stats at the end then. It can be, Kim. It can be. If you're allying with the right people, though, it can all be solved through diplomacy. You don't have to fight for it. Allies fighting allies is just a bad look. All it does is lead to lifelong enemies. I guarantee you these kingdoms will never ally with each other in the future. I was just saying 1188 didn't go hard against 2049 last KvK. You know, was it because they didn't want 2049 to have the stats? Didn't want them to get the star in the end? Or they just felt outmatched? I couldn't tell you. Just using it as an example. You know, if 1188 didn't like 2049, they could say, hey, fuck it, let's just sit out this KvK, let JST get the star because they're getting gonna win it by stats. 846 didn't fight 2049 either, right? But 1188 was in the Earth camp that KvK. You can't tell me 1188 went as hard as they possibly could against 2049. Yeah, 1846 tried a little bit and then said, okay, these guys got too many whales. Let's go fight JST. At least that's how I perceive things to go. Right, let me grab a bottle of water while we keep you on the screen here. I'll be right back. Okay. So yeah, I mean the problem here is if there's a betrayal this early in KvK, it's easily going to turn into a 3v1 situation. Someone fighting with El Cid. Hey, El Cid is great for march speed if you're reinforcing a rally or archer flag. Maybe they were trying to reinforce this Ash ZL rally. Just got caught. Oh, there's a Kira. We saw a Kira over there. Yeah, I see the El Cid you're talking about. It was right in this area. There he is. Oh, yeah, I think he's just running away from the rally. Oh. My last KvK, my last kingdom, 2142, had one enemy camp, had a civil war. One campmate attacked us. We kicked them out of Zone 4. And then there was that infamous KvK where Fire and Wind fought for the star, and we joined Wind. My kingdom went in a K. Yeah, that last one with 1188. 846 wouldn't ally with them, and there's so much fucking drama in that bullshit. It's not a good KvK if you don't see Lohar much. When do the past sevens open then? There's still no timer on the past sevens. This is crazy. So bottom got this zone, no problem here. And this zone, okay. I get to go against a kingdom that was in my camp last time. Starts like your map opens in a little over a day, Kem. It's always nice when you have a kingdom that just treats you like shit in your own camp, and then in a future KvK you get to go against them. It's like, yeah, fuck you, motherfucker. Kriya says these passes should be open tomorrow at 19 UTC. Well, hey, I mean, this king's not afraid to drop king buffs. That's what we like to see. $12.32. Why does this name ring a bell? What's the poll say? 64 votes. If your kingdom betrayed another in KvK, would you participate in the fights? 50% say yes. 50% say no. Michael Myers, straight out of Friday the 13th. Thank you for the subscription. Yeah, I mean, for me, it depends on the situation. What's up, Luda? Good to see ya. Did you get those toenail clippings you ordered? It's the name of the song. We'll check. Sebastian Forsland, Hyperdrive. Thank you, Car. I'd appreciate that. If we can get the stream to at least 50 likes today, that would be wonderful. Kind of stuck here on 44 at the present time, and while that was Reggie Jackson's jersey number, it's a good number. I'd rather see 50. Oof, does somebody else pour it in that prime location, or is that guy done dancing? Where are they going? Enemy poured it in there. Can't just leave a prime teleport spot like that. $50 likes and Car betrays his allies next KvK. 1960 and 2049 fighting in Zone 4. I'm wearing those clippings and smelling them throughout the day for motivation. Outstanding. Good God, all the flags just carpet bombing this zone. That's crazy. Why do I know DV88 though? Why does that sound so familiar? There's the FCK guys, right? I think that was one of the kingdoms we were watching. Appreciate you guys. 50 likes. Appreciate y'all. Why is DV8? Should DV8 ring a bell in my head, or am I just getting confused with my old man brain? I think I'm just confused. I don't know anymore. $16. I don't know. I lost count after 5. Yeah, they were probably in a different different stage, and that's where I just remember that name, DV88 and FCK. Doing good, keeping the slag topped off though. Planning a vacation? Nah. I've got too much work in real life to do. 4 new client implementations. 4 other clients rolling over into the new plan year, 2025. An entirely new system I need to learn. I'd rather go on vacation in the winter, right, when it's cold outside. Go to a slightly warmer place on Earth. Although I don't mind the cold. My wife would love to get to Florida during the winter time. Hawaii. Nice to go back to Hawaii. We went there on our honeymoon, but that was 26, 27 years ago, 28 years ago almost. Just the cost of everything right now is just atrocious. We used to spend maybe $200 every 2 weeks on groceries, but now it's close to $300 every week. And one of the kids has even moved out of the house, so it just, prices are ridiculous. Yep. Yeah, I mean, once a month now we do a cheap week, right? Where all the meals, because so we'll plan the calendar out, right? We'll put what we're eating for the entire week on the calendar, so that when we go to the grocery store, we're getting exactly what we need for the entire week. And once a month now we do a cheap week. Like there will be one night with spaghetti. Spaghetti's relatively cheap yet. There'll be another night where we do, like tonight we had chili dogs. Another night maybe is a pound of ground beef and just some basic hamburgers. What's up, Fly? Well, this is true, Master. If they know they can get $16 for a Big Mac, they're going to keep charging $16 for a Big Mac. Very rarely do you see prices go back down. I saw some statistic today where, what do they say, 5 years ago, 61% of the U.S. population was considered middle class. Now only 51% of the population is considered middle class. And yeah, I'm not going to get into politics on the stream, right? But it's just a shame. Earth is burning wind from the top right. Well, I mean, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? That's where those bigger players ported. You saw a couple of them poured out. And I'm like, what the fuck? Leaving frontline teleport spots. So they're going up here to defend, it looks like. I think this is more of a nuisance than anything. House of Julie. Oops. That flag is still holding on. I don't get it. If you got players here, just swarm the fucking flag. Chances are you'll be able to swarm it down faster than they can fill it. Thank you. Thank you. They're swarming now. For a second anyway, someone was. Stay on it. Stay on it. Everybody swarm. The ZL's just getting... I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if y'all just commit to swarming the flag down, you're going to take less deaths than you would from an hour-long fucking rally that you sent 3 fucking times already. And I'll be honest, I don't know the rule when the white numbers are double this or double that, or certain kingdoms have certain fucking rules. So if the white numbers are 2-1 in favor of us, then you start swarming or something like that. We lose patience. We lose patience. Who even rallies with Tariq Gorgo? Are you kidding me? Is that Tariq Gorgo? Oh my god. What the hell? The report will be crazy. Yeah, but you don't rally for reports. You rally to burn shit. So MF rarely took a first or a second place in MGE. He understood that even the biggest Kraken is only as good in a kingdom as the players that are there with him. So he would always let players from, myself, Cat, he would always let other players who he knew were going to be there fighting, be there online as much as he was, get those high spots. He was very selfless in that regard. You should start swarming when the flag's in the red. See, that's what we do, Car. As soon as a flag hits low yellow, high red, we just fucking swarm that shit down. I want to see the report because I'm curious. Yeah, I'm not going to bug them for reports. Anyone in this KvK is watching is involved as sorry, it's been a long day. If anyone in this kingdom is watching and is in the rally or in the garrison and would like to send me the report, please feel free to do so. Yeah, 112 million power, swarm that shit. Let's go. Let's go. 125 million power, swarm that shit. I mean, the garrison is putting out very little damage now on this rally. It's got to be getting low. Just go, 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 go. Porky from Looney. Yeah, no kidding. What's up, folks? That's all, folks. Simplify graphics so we can actually see the numbers. I don't think there's AoE damage, right? This looks like, what, that's Gorgo and that's Flavia's skill? But I don't understand why they're not swarming. Finally. Finally. About friggin' time. soon we get the graphic overhaul? Let's see. I don't know if I'm excited about that or not. I'm not. Well, I'm not. Okay, I know I'm not excited about that, but I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, we've had these same graphics for ages. Is it going to be the same Rise of Kingdoms? Does it affect movement? Does it affect other things in the game? If history is any indicator, overhauling the graphics is going to give us more bugs than it does solve anything. Is it just putting lipstick on a pig? I mean, will it actually bring players back to the game or not? Our KvK is basically over, Luda. We win. We're not getting the Zig at the end. We spun the wheel for the Zig just because one of our allies did not have fights at all. And they got very, very, very few fights. So going by stats alone just wasn't fair. And in a King of the Nile KvK, it makes no sense to fight allies at the end for the Zig. So we left the enemy with some territory in this zone here in case people want to arrange some, friendly fights. You bring 3 friends, I'll bring 3 friends. Let's have some fun to get their kill points in. I've got my 30 million kill points, roughly 30 million kills, roughly a billion kill points this KvK. My deads, I think I had 3 million deads. 3 billion deads. God, could you imagine? Yeah, 3 million deads. We can take a look at the stats here. I'll bring those up. So this is the final scan, last pulled on 6/2, which was a week ago. There's been a little bit of fighting since then, but nothing crazy. 1029 finished with 12.2 billion kill points for our kingdom. Deads, we had 40.2 million. Next closest for kill points was 7.8 billion. This was Gumbo's kingdom. You see him in chat quite often. They had a lot of deads. They took a lot of deads the first pass rallies. If we look at individual stats for the players in the 9 kingdoms in our camp, Gumbo finished with more kill points than me, just a few more DKP than me. Or no, I'm sorry. He had more DKP than me, since he had significantly more deads. If we sort by kill points, we've got Sasha is his name in YouTube chat. Che is his name in game. Now he changed his name to Sam. He beat me in kill points, so he got the Pew Pew mug out of my shop. I had promised anyone in 1029 that beat me in kill points, they could pick one item out of the shop. If we go by DKP, though, I got Sam beat. 790,000 deads. We're going to have a conversation about that. I've already given him shit quite a bit on stream. But to be fair, he's right around 92, 93 million power. He's not anywhere near the 150, 160 million power I'm at. Deads, yeah, 1459. They kicked some butt on deads. But they didn't get that first pass as soon as the game opened, right? So they were doing pass rallies down here. this past 6 for probably a good 6 hours straight. So they took a lot of deads on those past rallies. They took a lot of deads on the forts that the enemy had in this zone as well. So, I don't think we'll ever do light and dark again. It gives enemies too much opportunity to do a recovered KvK. One kingdom from the fire camp has decided to ally with us and assist. Nice. Nice. I know Nile KvK was generally where people would go to do a recovery KvK, and that's a shame. Because you could have some really good fights here, right? I mean, there are lots of structures that your objective is to burn those structures, burn those enemy structures. That would lead to some good fighting if you had kingdoms and camps that wanted to actually fight in these KvKs. But, I mean, 15 structures to 0. Of 20, well, probably a few more days left. Roughly 30 million crystals at the end of KvK. Those then turn into season coins. You know, in the shop, we have already purchased, well, we got these 33% off equipment chests. We got 2 rings. We got 1 horn. We got 2 Hydrus blasts. We're going to get, what did I say, 3 more coins? So we'll pick up a ancestral mask yet. If you missed it last night, we've now got level 5 other than these 2 accessories, right? Level 5 equipment decked out on my main Archer March. This is my infantry gear. It's adequate, right? I'm not an infantry player. I don't like infantry. But this gear works in a pinch if I have to garrison with Gorgo. Next, we're going to be working on getting this leveled up. I leveled up this Navarre's control to level 2 today. So that's where we stand. I want to make 1 more horn. I want to make a horn, and then I need to see, this bow is crit, but I need to get this to level 2. No blueprints though to get it to level 2. I need to crit this and get this to level 2 before I move it over to my main Archer March. No more as Webb says, Car. Hey, I gotta use it on something. And I figure if I'm hitting cavalry with these infantry, it's going to at least reduce their march speed a little bit. I should make a vengeance for garrison, but... But I try to avoid garrisoning as much as possible. Yeah, don't worry, I don't use Moore's Web on the garrison. That's just open field. We're getting there. We're getting there. I'm not 960 caliber yet. One of these days. Not one of these days we'll migrate to 960, but one of these days we'll be a 960 type player. Darn you, bull. But yeah, this is the first time I've ever seen 3 million in Canyon lineup. Smart Alpha, now John Paul Jones. Fucking insane guy. Insane. Oh. What'd you change, Mr. Bull? I don't know how that worked, but that worked. I'll take it. I can't remember the last Bastion quest I did. I think it was when I trained the other day, but let's look at Zenith. Has anyone pushed? Not bad. Not bad. Hey, George. How you doing? It's right before reset here. I'm going to use the facilities, and then we'll reset and go from there. So I'll be right back. Zenith top 10 is at 6 million. Yeah, we're a little bit higher than that, double that. I am hopeful that 28.956 will keep me in the top 10. We can push more if we have to. I'd love to not have to use another speed up. I'm guessing 5. 1. Good Lord. Oh, crap. Moving the mouse and I accidentally clicked that. Don't think you'll need to push more. Almost 30 million is a lot. Last Zenith, it was 37 million to win it. And that was for a shitty ass skin. I mean, the one thing I will say about this guy who's in first place, 32 BR from 1032, Buster. Where are you, my friend? Did I pass him already? This is a strong alliance here. Yeah, of course. Yeah, he's a fighter. He's not a farmer that I need to pass on. He's not a farmer that I need to pass on the final day, just to prove a point. So yeah, we're fine. We're fine. He can have first place. I don't give a shit about that. What's up, Aloys? Rumor is there's drama in 2268, but you can tell us otherwise. Tacos, good to see you. Why couldn't this be like a 15-hour training speed up? I mean, come on. Come on, help a man out here. Exactly, Master. I'm glad he's a fighter, so I don't feel pushed to do the same as the last Zenith. That was... Man, I should not have done that last Zenith. It was against every fiber in my being, though, to let somebody with 80 million power and 50 million kill points get first place in a Zenith. I just could not let that happen. I'm sure there are plenty of rumors around. The truth is even funnier. So fill us in. What's the truth? I've had people tell me that Peace from Smash Squad and Nugget got into it. I've had people tell me that Chisgull and Nugget got into it. I've had people tell me that players from 2268 who used to be in 254 are leaving the kingdom now. I've had people tell me that 2268 players are leaving the kingdom now because they keep losing KvK. I don't know what to believe anymore. Yeah, that damn red dot will quit popping up now because that fishing event is over. Thank God, right? I have no idea what is public knowledge. I'm not spilling the beans if no one else has. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I know we saw Yoda and Apo's stream the other day. You know, is Yoda going to 2268? No huge drama that I know of, but people are leaving. Are they forced migrations? Are they unhappy people? I mean, people leave after every KvK though. That's pretty much any kingdom, right? Regardless of if they're forced migrations or if people are just unhappy. So that's to be expected, especially in an Imperium kingdom like that. I just hope that you are still enjoying yourself there. Alright, I was in there already. What do I need to do? We need to kill 5 barbarians. That's how we found out Carr was a dev. Oh, I better do this, master, before fucking Carr bans your ass. There. I don't even care about any of this stuff anymore. Just get my dailies done and call it, right? I don't know, Luda. There's lots of rumors flying around. Some are saying the 2254 crew left. Some people have told me that Peace from Smash Squad and Nugget got into it there. Someone told me Chisgull and Nugget got into it there. I mean, I don't know what to believe, right? And it's all rumors. It's all rumors. Gold, stone. Okay, we need wood yet. It's just, yeah. So only God knows. What's up, Raz? And maybe it's all made up. Never know. Sure, if there is drama in that kingdom, there will soon be a video about it. The news that matters is I'm staying in 1029. Well, we appreciate you, Haza. Glad you like it here. Where did you finish? I'm curious. Where did you finish in DKP, Haza? Okay, 248 million kill points. 430,000 deads. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alex with the popcorn. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I mean, with all the 250, here's my thing, right? With all the 254 players there that came after Bunny retired, and then bringing in the Smash Squad players, it was yikes. I can see where there'd be bad blood in that kingdom. You know, hopefully everyone was able to move past it. It was either going to be a really, really good thing or a really bad thing. I don't know that there's going to be an in-between there. Just my perspective. I mean, having the biggest content creator in your kingdom can either really help your kingdom or really hurt your kingdom, depending how things are done. If I was a content creator in that kingdom, like Plato Gaming, for example, And they brought in the biggest content creator in the game, and I had been a native to that kingdom and plugging that kingdom and constantly working for that kingdom. I'd be a little bit bitter, but you know, I mean, I'd be a little bit bitter, but that's just me. Plato's a good dude. Plato's a really good dude. And the fact that he just took it in stride speaks volumes for him and his character. What's up, Gosu? Been a while. You know, we don't know how much of it's true, how much of it's just rumors. He's the guru. Gosu the guru. Visited Korea. It was not as good as it used to be. Uh-oh. Yeah, I mean, every kingdom goes through that, right? You lose a KvK, people leave.
All I ever wanted was you, but you left me alone inside these empty, broken walls, and I can't see it clearly, but
Easy questions today.
I know that you left me alone inside this empty, broken hall, and now you'll be the reason why my soul is tainted.
Does anyone actually enjoy this, exploring? I swear I've done these same ones at least a dozen times.
Somebody help me, 'cause I'm feeling trapped and I don't know what to do.
Blah, 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 blah.
Feel deep within my bones.
Think of me and see the things I did. Sold my soul and everything I was to the lowest bid. Crawled into your poison dome yet every single time.
You got into my mind, you got into my mind. But all I ever wanted was you, but you left me.
I mean, 6 hours of speed ups, but still, that's just one more thing to click on.
And I can't see it clearly, but it's obvious. I know that you left me alone inside.
All right, let's take one more peek at Zenith here, see where we stand.
You'll be the reason why my soul is tainted. So how can I fix this? 'Cause I need to
No changes.
stick it in my head. My heart is breaking. Yeah, I'm tired of being stuck in the past.
Think of me and see the things I did. Sold my soul and everything I was to the
Who would like to do titles for the next few hours?
But all I ever wanted was you, but you left
Okay, I don't read any of that, Master. I just click through that.
broken walls, and I can't see it clearly, but
We're trying, Gosu, we're trying.
you left me.
15% archer health. That's a juicy one, not juicy one to pass up.
The reason why my soul is tainted.
I think we started KvK at 153 million power. Got 3 million deads, and Zenith we've already trained back up to. Sorry. Zenith we've already trained back up to 160 million power. That last hit from the vape tasted rather nasty. I think I need to change my coil here. Yeah, a lot of people sniped the last day. Absolutely. But we got 327,000 gems and what did I calculate earlier? Like 1,100, just under 1,100 days of speed ups to use yet. So, I mean, we're come hell or high water. And since there's an actual fighter in first place, I don't feel the need to push past them. Going to Los Angeles? Hell no. Hell no. 2 states I will never visit in my lifetime are California and New York. Too many people. Too many people. I was already at a Rise of Kingdoms gathering here in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. You know, myself, MF, Cat, Mavic, Resurgence, Nappy, Aerosol, Flipper, Stitch. Feel like I'm forgetting somebody. Yeah, at Lambo's bar in my basement. Alloys, you always have a credit card. Ooh. What are the scores in 2268 alloys? Just curious. Now, I was in California when I was a kid. I remember the wharf in San Francisco and the Kirby Road. New York when I was a kid. I actually have a T-shirt from the Twin Towers that has my face on it, 7-year-old. Finger Lakes in Ithaca, New York. My parents had a cousin that lived there or something. But yeah, I don't like big cities. I really don't. I try and stay the hell away from Milwaukee. Try and stay the hell away from Chicago. Don't like planes. Something about not having control. You know, a lot of people hate small planes. I would much rather fly on a small plane than I would a big jumbo jet. You know, you get into trouble, that plane gets into trouble, and when you're in a 747, it's going to drop like a fucking rock. If you're in a Cessna or if you're in a smaller plane, right, you can at least glide for a period of time. You know, and you know, planes are weird, right? When you fly in a plane, you either meet some really, really nice people or some complete and total assholes. I mean, there have been plane trips that I've gone on flying to Boston or Detroit for work, and I've sat next to some very genuine, very nice people, and we could sit there and have a conversation all day long about whatever. But there have been some really nasty people as well. You know, the people that flick their hair back over the top of the seat in front of you, or that they insist on reclining all the way back the seat in front of you, or you know, you get little kids sitting behind you that constantly kick your fucking chair. So if I travel, I prefer to drive, but it's just not possible a lot of times. I've had a couple of really bad experiences flying too. I live about 3 hours north of Chicago by car. Coming back from a business trip to Ohio, fly into Chicago to get on a plane and fly to Appleton, Wisconsin. So we fly into Chicago, get in there about 5 o'clock. My plane is supposed to leave at 6 o'clock. Great, no problem. Make it to the gate, board the plane, thunderstorm starts. So we're along the taxiway, lined up on the taxiway. We sat in the plane on the taxiway for 3 fucking hours, trying to wait out this storm. Well, after 3 hours, the FAA says the plane's got to go back to the gate. So they brought us back to the gate. It was like 9 p.m. Everybody disembarked from the plane and they announced they were canceling the flight. They'd put us on a flight in the morning. You know, by the time they tell us this, it's now 11 p.m. Well, here's a hotel voucher for, 30% off a room. So around 11 o'clock, it's like, okay, so I'm supposed to go to a hotel, get a cab, get a Uber, go to a hotel. By the time I fall asleep, it's 1 a.m. Only to get up at 5 a.m., take an Uber back to the airport to get there an hour early to board a plane at 7 a.m. I don't fucking think so. So I slept in the Chicago airport. All excited when 6 a.m. rolled around because the McDonald's in the Chicago airport had a sign posted. They opened at 6 a.m. Motherfuckers didn't open till 6:30. I had to wait an extra half hour for my sausage and egg McMuffin. Fuck that. Cocksuckers. You know, and the kick in the ass is, right? I probably should have just rented a car and drove 3 hours home. You know, but it is what it is. I hate flying through O'Hare. I absolutely hate it. I would rather fly to Minneapolis and fly out of their airport anywhere else than go to fucking Chicago. You know, I mean, okay, I get it. Maybe the manager was late to the McDonald's or whatever. But when they finally opened at 6:30 and I was the first one in line, you know, no, I'm sorry we're late. No, nothing like that. Nope. Girl looks at me and says, what you want? Well, I'd like a sausage and egg McMuffin, a hash brown, and a large fucking coffee, please. I don't like Illinois. No. My mom grew up in Illinois. She grew up on a farm. My grandparents were Amish until they turned 18. So half of my relatives' family reunions in Illinois or something else because, you know, it's half cars, half horse and buggies. But yeah, I'm not a fan of Illinois. I grew up in Madison, Wisconsin, right? And one day I get a letter in the mail telling me that a warrant has been issued for my arrest in Cook County, Illinois, because my vehicle was involved in a hit and run. And they're telling me this happened on a date and a time that I was fucking working in Madison, Wisconsin. So I called the sheriff's department in Cook County, and I'm like, you made a mistake here. I was working at this date and time. I have all the paperwork showing my clock ins and clock outs on this date and time. There's no way my vehicle was involved in a hit and run in Madison, Wisconsin. Well, we have an eyewitness that says it was your vehicle. Okay, your fucking eyewitness is wrong. Well, you're going to have to come to court here and prove it. So you want me to drive in nearly 2 hours from Madison, take a day off of work, drive 2 hours from Madison to Chicago to go to court to dispute the fact that your fucking eyewitness gave you the wrong license plate number? Nah, I ain't doing it. So like, well, that's fine, and a warrant will be issued for your arrest. I'm like, okay, you have fun with that. You know, just their unwillingness to work with me at all. It's like, whatever. So, I mean, the statute of limitations has surely expired on that. So, if I have to drive somewhere, I try and not even drive through Illinois. You know, for one, they do not honor my concealed carry permit there. So if I get to the border, I have to pull the fuck over, lock my sidearm and ammunition in a storage box in the fucking trunk of the car to even transport it through the state of Illinois. I'm sorry, I don't have a concealed carry permit to keep my fucking gun in a locked box in the fucking trunk of my car. You know, and God forbid I'd ever have to use it, right? But I'd rather be carrying and have it and never need to use it than need to use it and not have it. You know, perspectives change when you have kids. I agree, Luda. I agree 100%, right? That is the only state that Wisconsin borders that does not honor it. So, I mean, unfortunately, there are times you gotta drive through Illinois to get to Indiana, Ohio, the East Coast, right? Unless you want to go north all the way around Lake Michigan. Here in Texas, I imagine. So I mean, I love living in Wisconsin, right? It's great. Green Bay Packers. Everything's close, you know. Small town is nice. If I was ever to move anywhere, it would be off to bed, car. Have a good one. If I was ever to move anywhere, it would be Alaska or Texas, and it would probably be Texas before Alaska because my wife doesn't want to live in Alaska. Plus, I don't know about the internet in Alaska, right? So. Take the ferry just to avoid Illinois? Yeah, that's a thought. That's a thought. Alaska kind of sucks. I don't know. Honestly, when I look at temperatures in Anchorage, Alaska versus Oshkosh, Wisconsin in the middle of winter, generally it's colder here than it is there. And I'm not a fan of heat. Right? Once it hits 80 degrees, I stay inside. The thing with the cold, right? You can always put on more layers of clothes. But there's only so many layers you want me taking off. Who we voting for this presidential election year? Not Joe Biden. I mean, I'm not necessarily a pro-Trump guy, right? Just being honest here. But I'd vote for Trump before I vote for Biden. Just. Oh yeah, we were watching a KvK Betrayal earlier. Not my KvK. Not my KvK. There were actually a couple of them going on. It's 101. Well, yeah, I couldn't handle that. Although it's not a humid heat in Texas. I think it'd be fun to live in Texas during the winter when they get a half-inch of snow and it shuts down the fucking state. I mean, one of the clients I have has a mailroom in Texas. And it's just funny. Snow like a half an inch, and they'll shut down the state. And I get it. They don't have salt trucks. They don't have plows to deal with it. But it's just funny. They'll send me an email saying, mailroom is shut down. United States Postal Service is not delivering today due to severe winter storms. And I'll look at the Weather Channel or whatever, and it's like, yes, Texas received a 1/4 inch of snow today. Hey, what's going on, Apocalypse? I didn't get a raid notification. If you rated me, I appreciate you, sir. There, the viewership goes up. Thank you, Apple. For those of you that don't know Apocalypse Gaming, the ladies love the boom boom. For his high energy streams, click on that link there and go subscribe to him if you're not already subscribed. If you're not subscribed, I'd like to know how much the rent is under the rock you live. My two favorite content creators to watch are Redline and Apocalypse. Can you please show me your Zenith ranking? Yeah, we are charging $5 every time somebody asks me to show Zenith. So, $5? No, I'm fucking with you. This is where we're at right now. 35 million is the top. 12.2 million, that's risen a little bit in the last couple of hours. So I'm sitting here at 28.956. We're hoping that keeps me in the top 10. If not, I'm prepared. I'm prepared. I got just under 1,100 days of speed ups left and 327,000 gems. So I think that'll do it. And this, unlike last Zenith, the person ahead of me in this Zenith, like 230 million power, 13 billion kill points, 79 million deads. So I do not feel obligated to push ahead of a farmer, because this guy definitely isn't a fucking farmer. Right? I can't vouch for any of these guys back here, but yeah, this guy's no farmer. He had people on the stream last night saying 1032's in the house, you're not going to pass Buster. And I'm like, that's fine. I don't care if I pass Buster. Buster can have first place for all I care. He looks like a fighter, and take it, dude. Take it. I just want top 10. That's all I want. Yeah, we were just talking about the seasons in Texas and how Texas shuts down if there's a half-inch of snow. I mean, if you guys missed it, right, the last Zenith, I went a little bit freaking crazy. Because the person in first place was, no lie, 70 million power. They had 56 million, not billion, million kill points and 2 million deads. And I decided, once I saw that, I decided, oh fuck no, I cannot let this farmer have first place. So the last Zenith for that, what was it, the 12% attack skin, that was, you know, I was just hoping for top 10, but when I saw that farmer in first place, I'm like, fuck no, I ain't having this shit. So we went way too hard, 37 million, that last Zenith, for this skin. All to prove a point. Let's hope Buster doesn't get a contender like you did last Zenith. I'm pretty confident in the fact, because Buster was at 30 million. Right, I was down around 21 million. I saw a couple people pass me and figured, okay, let's train a little bit more. We got the king skill. You know, I'll give myself Duke. So, but once I hit 28 million, boom, he popped up to 35 million right away. And I told the players from 1032 that were in the stream last night, I said, I'm not looking for first place, man. Just want to stay top 10. So, I mean, just looking at his account, I have a feeling that, yeah, if somebody pushed to 50 million, he would probably push to 55 million. Nope, if they're farmers ahead of me, I don't care. I don't care anymore. As long as I stay top 10. Please, guys, somebody clip that and remind me tomorrow that I said that today. That was a fun stream, though, I got to admit. That was a fun stream. I learned a lesson, though, right? Don't try and snipe Zenith with an hour left. Instead, next time, if I ever do that again, start going with 10 or 5 minutes left. 1032 betrayed their allies in a KvK. Hey, whatever. Whatever. That's no reason for me to spend any more money to get that skin. None. Kind of boring, this Spring of Ra, now that we cut their territory and they can't even get in here. At least before, they'd send a couple marches here and there and try and run all over and cause some chaos. No, Luda, that is unlikely to happen. Okay, so our allies did get these burning today. Excellent. I mean, all in all, a successful KvK. There's a little bit of drama at the end with one player in one of our allied camps who did not like the way that my camp was splitting the Autrix up. You know, and I thought it was fair. We took the top 100 players for DKP in our camp. And I'll show you the stats here. So we took the top 100 players for DKP in our camp, and 50% were in 1029. So out of the 30 Autrix, we're getting 15. I think it was, oh shoot, I have a spreadsheet here too. Hang on. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. So we did top 100. Right? 1029, and I'll put up the map here so y'all can see it. 52% of, so just in our camp, 1029, 1533, 1599. 1029 had 52% of the players in the top 100 were from 1029. 40% were from 1533, and 8% were from 1599. So that would have been 15.6 Autrix for us, 12 Autrix for 1533, and 2.4 Autrix for 1599. Well, I said I don't need one this KvK, so let's round 15.6 down to 15. We'll take 15. 1533 can take 12, and 1599 can take 3. If we look at the stats to start the KvK, 1599 is a very small kingdom. 4.9 million power, 26 billion kill points. They said they have 6 fighters there. They were not happy. They were only getting 3 because they couldn't give one to all 6 of their fighters. I get that. I understand that. We're getting 15, which means I can't give an Autrix reward to all 50 of our fighters. 52 of our fighters in the top 100, right? Okay, so, you know, you just, I mean, as a king, sometimes you got to make those tough decisions. I've only got 15 of these to give away, who gets them? I've only got 3 of these to give away, who gets them? But one of the kings in another camp had an issue with how we were splitting up our Autrix. And he's like, well, it might be none of my business. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. It is none of your business. And he's like, you should give them 6. They're a really small kingdom. And I'm like, dude, if I give 100% of their fighters an Autrix reward, that leaves only 12% of my fighters to get an Autrix reward. How is that fair? If we went by top 50, they wouldn't get any. If we went by top 30 best fighters in the camp get an Autrix reward, they wouldn't get any. I'm giving them 3. They were great allies, don't get me wrong. I get it, they're a small kingdom. In KvK, though, you can jump from alliance to alliance. So, you know, it is what it is. There are only 3 kingdoms in our camp, Blackout. So, you know, so one of the kings in another camp here told me that Kingdom 1029 is full of elitists, and he is going to ruin our reputation and tell everybody that 1029 is full of elitists and you never want to ally with them because they don't distribute rewards fairly. Every single other kingdom in our ally camp who has approached me said, no, you're doing it right. I wish we'd have done it that way. You know, so I really don't fucking care. If you want to go to Facebook or Reddit or YouTube or whatever and try and ruin the reputation of 1029, feel free. Ugh. Sorry, talking for 2 hours. You know, I feel like there are more people that would vouch for my character than would say we're not being fair about things. Here are stats for all the 9 kingdoms in our alliance group. So I got more kill points than Gumbo, but he got more DKP than I did. And Sasha, Sam, you know, there is a deal at the beginning of KvK, right? If you play in 1029 and you get more kill points than Lambo does, you get something from the merch shop. So Sasha picked out the Pew Pew mug from the merch shop. I sent that to him, and he sent me a picture today. He's received already. So, hey, I'm a man of my word. 1029 KvK. If you beat me in kill points, you get to pick something out. It's only the second time it's happened, and the only other person to beat me in kill points in one of the 1029 KvKs was MF. Elitist, yes. I'm an elitist, Luda. Absolutely. But, I mean, I'm very happy with the players that we got in. Both this migration and last migration. This was Che's first KvK with us. Sir Wolfie's second. Gak's first KvK with us. And look at this guy, 4th place in our kingdom for DKP. This man spent $5 on Crystal Tech. $5. Coco Boy, his first KvK with us. Echo's first KvK with us. Noobzilla's second. Ani's second. Captain's second. Thunder's second. Brown Bomber's first. Smokey's first. Kahate Mundi's first. Yin Yang was here for a bit. He unfortunately had to leave. Cough's first. Quack's first. Jack's first. Mad Max is first. Right? So, I mean, a lot of these players are in their first or second KvK with us, and yeah, I couldn't be prouder of the group that we have here. And it's only getting better because Mad Mania and Captain Stinkfist are recruiting. My favorite is the guy that said content creators get fit. Yeah. Yeah, if you didn't know, and this is a joke, right? There was a guy in Lost Kingdom chat the other day that said content creators get a 50% discount on bundles. Ooh, speed up. Speed up. He said content creators get better matchmaking because they ask Lilith for better matchmaking. He said, what else did he say? Oh, someone was trying to make their kingdom and they can't feel better, and they said 1029 Max skipped KvK so they could get a good matchup so that Lambo could stream a win on his Rise of Kingdoms channel. Complete bullshit. We skipped 1 KvK. Right? So it's just amazing the things some people pull out of their asses these days. I know this is boring, right? We're just 33 minutes on the Springer Raw. Why don't we ask Chisgul about matchmaking? Right. All that is true. I can second that. Luda. That guy just said crazy crap in Lost Kingdom chat like I do. Right. Right. Let's see if they're still fighting in one of these Betrayal KvKs. Yeah, a little bit. Oh man, come on. Alright, let me restart the game. I'm sorry. not my fault. Every now and then Lilith doesn't let me do the drop down menu there. I thought I got a soda. That's a good poll, right? Let's put up a poll here. Start a poll. Do you call it pop or soda? So this one, I guess the story behind this, what do we want? We want water camp. The story behind this is that it's wind and water versus earth and fire. Now past 7 hasn't even opened yet. But apparently wind and water who were allies got into an argument about who was getting the zig at the end. And now they're fighting each other. Neither it's a fizzy drink. You literally call it a fizzy drink. So you go into a restaurant and say, what kind of fizzy drinks do you have? So that's the deal with this KvK. So this purple team, this is wind, is now getting hit in multiple locations. You can see that Earth Camp is now built back into this zone here. Potentially touch this Boudica bastion. And maybe even go further. Who knows? They were selling the skin of the bear before hunting it and started a war. I mean, that's... That's how I understand it anyway, Car. And then we were also watching this one earlier. And this one also was fire and earth versus wind and water. And wind decided that water was getting fed kills by fire and manipulating the stats. This is how I understand it anyway. There are two sides to every story, but wind decided that water was manipulating stats with fire. So they then allied with Earth Camp to take the zig instead of Water Camp. Water Camp has now allied with one of the Fire Camp kingdoms, asking them for assistance. So, as the fucking world turns, right? What does allying with somebody mean anymore? Because of a screenshot, yes. And that screenshot was in the Water Camp chat, and it read, "Everyone, guys, we're going to have a long night before we reach the stars. Be careful if you're offline. Open your shield or go back to Zone 4. We will announce KvK results as soon as possible. Note, temporarily stop kill point transactions. Okay, so my assumption is that Water Camp was trading kills. They had players trading kills to get to the 30 million. If I'm reading between the lines correctly, Wind Camp then assumed that they were trying to manipulate the stats so that they could get the star at the end, and said, "Fuck it, we want it. We're going to attack you." Right? It's. I mean, seriously. I think these days, half of these kingdoms look for an excuse. Okay, we're not going to get the star at the end. What excuse do we have to start attacking our allies? And they will jump at the opportunity to start attacking allies if one word is said incorrectly or interpreted in a different way. It's getting to the point where it's almost pathetic. And we had a poll up earlier. The poll was asking, if you were in a KvK and your kingdom betrayed allies, would you fight or not? And surprisingly, it was 50-50. You know, I get it. That's a very generic question, and there's a lot of factors that would go into that, and into even my own personal decision as to would I fight or would I not fight. Looks like Water's waking up now. Is that Water Camp? Let's highlight Water Camp. Yeah, looks like Water's waking up now. Well, maybe not. You know, so I mean, God only knows. You know, there are two sides to every story. We had a player from Wind Camp in chat earlier. We had Pineapple, who was in Water Camp chat, in here earlier. So it's, oh yeah, well, there's a lot of blue there now. That's probably double or triple that was there earlier. But yeah, I mean, if your camp, quote unquote, betrayed your allies, and you were told to fight or you'd be zeroed, you know, and Master says most people would fight just not to get zeroed, but would leave as soon as possible. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. These betrayals are becoming way too often. Too often. It reminds me of the movie Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End, where everyone keeps betraying people and switching sides over and over again. You're right. I mean, it's just silly. Ultimatums don't sit well. This is true. This is true. I mean, and that's the thing, right? It's something I learned a long time ago. If you're gonna tell somebody there's a problem, give a solution to the problem as well. If you're gonna propose a solution, always provide options. I couldn't agree with that statement more, Gosu. Couldn't agree with that more. That Autrix and the way they're distributed is a huge issue. Trying to find something that I sent to the developers, to the customer support anyway. Here we go. I'll read it word for word. And I sent this in the Content Creators Discord. It says the distribution of Autric rewards is causing more and more allies fighting for the final Zig occupation at the end. Over time, this will destroy the trust between kingdoms and thus then the community itself. I would urge you to look at a more fair distribution so allies are not having to fight allies for those final rewards. Thank you in advance for your consideration. So yeah, the star is purely cosmetic. Right? If I'm looking for a kingdom to migrate to, I'm not looking to see how many stars they have on their banner. I'm looking at their leadership team to make sure that they have a solid leadership team. I'm looking at the players in that kingdom. If there are players there that I know, I'm going to try and talk to those players and get a perspective from a player's aspect as to how that kingdom operates. I'm going to ask a ton of fucking questions to the leadership team, to the migration officers. Right? And if they take the time to answer my questions and provide me with responses that I feel comfortable in, great. If they fucking blow me off and say either you want to come here or you don't, and they don't take the time to answer my questions, not a place I want to be. The main camp getting 240 is unnecessary. Should force 120 for the Zig holder, 30, 60, 90 for the other camps. Yeah, I mean, honestly, we had a KvK where we got 240 Autrics. It was a Nile KvK. 240 split between the three kingdoms. Actually, I think that KvK, there were only two kingdoms in our camp. So that was 120 Autrics for 1029. I had six, no lie, 6 farms get an Autric reward that I couldn't even use. Okay, the way these kingdoms are these days, look at 1960. What did Carr say the other day, or somebody say the other day? They've got 115 main accounts. Okay, now this KvK, right? They're in a kingdom with 2489. I get it. 120 might go to each. But, yeah, 240 is a bit much. A bit much. I guarantee you there's players getting Autrics that will never ever use them. They can't use them. So, Lambo, oh my God, I'm reading your message and as I responded. No, we're not getting the Zig this KvK. We had better stats, but at the start of KvK, we decided that we were not going to go by stats alone. Because there was a good chance that some of our enemy kingdoms did not fight. And that is indeed what happened. So we got fairly good fights. Our stats, we have like 4 billion more kill points than the next closest kingdom. If we would have gone by stats alone, absolutely. My camp would have got the Zig at the end. But I myself, experiencing a very bad Nile KvK in the past, said I did not want the Zig at the end to go by stats alone. What's up, Cliff? In a KvK where one camp gets more fights than the other, so 1961, 2206, 2267, they did not get very good fights at all. At all. There was one zone that they invaded where the enemy didn't fight them once. Maybe a couple cheeseburger players here and there. So it's very hard to determine who gets the Zig at the end when there's not equal fighting between the allies and the enemies. And we've experienced that in a KvK before. So right at the beginning, I did not want stats to be the sole factor in who got the Zig at the end. Ultimately, for the second time, we decided to spin the wheel at the end to see who got the Zig. You know, we'd done it before. We did it way before 1365 and 2489 did it. Okay, we did it in a prior KvK to see who got the Zig at the end. That wheel we won. This one we did not. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's fair. In a Nile KvK, it is absolutely fucking pointless for allies to fight allies in the middle for the Zig. Those kills do not count towards kills in the KvK stats. They might count towards your kill points, towards your deads and your personal stats. But at the end of the day, the leadership agreed that we would spin the wheel and we would all just be able to go into a KvK quicker now. Right? So most of them are going to turn around and do 0 skips or do 1 skip and get into a KvK much quicker and hope that there's more fighting in that KvK for them. Now we're skipping once to get some migrants in, and then we're going into a KvK right away. And that's our long-term plan. Skip a KvK, go into a KvK. Skip one, go in. Skip, on and on and on. The number of rewards and blueprints and stuff that you can get in these KvKs now is fantastic. Not to mention transmutation stones, the purple transmutation stone that lets you reset those transmutations. I mean, it is worth it to go into as many KvKs as you possibly can. But we will never do a recovery KvK. Yeah, MD, we've been on the other side of that ball. So I know how it feels. And I'm just putting myself in the shoes of 1961, 2206, and 2267. I mean, they've got strong players in those kingdoms who did not get fights. I think one of those kingdoms said they had 24 people maxing crystal tech just to not get fights. And that's a hard position to be in, right? I mean, if you're not getting 30 million kills, you lose out on a season coin. There are iconic crystals that you might not get. So I get it. We've been there. It's not fair to them to go based on stats alone, period. Because they didn't get the fights that we did. We got some, and I'm not saying we got good fights, right? I only got 1 billion kill points this KvK. But the enemy was there, they were fighting us. 4 to 6 hours of what I would call decent fighting, and then another 20 hours of cheeseburgering. So the fights were not great, but we at least got some. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't control what your enemy is going to do. And it sucks to go into a KvK and not get fights that you're expecting. I will say this. This is probably the last Nile KvK that 1029 will ever do. And it's not because we had bad allies. It's because... How do I phrase this? Well, I guess I was going to say, how do I phrase this without pissing anyone off? But it's because we had bad enemies. Right? Several of those camps went into Nile specifically to do a recovery KvK, so they didn't fight from the start. One of those kingdoms went into a KvK and had a fucking civil war in their home kingdom in the middle of KvK. So it was just shitty all around. So we're not going to do a KvK anymore. The next KvK we go into will probably be, hopefully, Siege of Orleans. And we're gonna try and find some allies at the start that give us the best opportunity to fight. And if it means picking the lowest power camp or the lowest kill point camp, then that's what we'll do. Because I've had several players come to me in 1029 and say, dude, this fucking sucked. We don't want to do this again. We'd rather fight hard and lose than not get good fights and win. So I'm like, all right, man, y'all asked for it. Let's do it. Let's line it up. Yeah, MD, exactly. There was another group of 9 kingdoms in the same Nile pop that we were. They had more power, they had more kill points than we did, and we wanted to fight them. But they got paired up against another 9 kingdoms that were also doing recovery KvKs. So the group, there were 2 groups of 9 that were very good kill points, very good power. Right? Us and that other group. They didn't pair us together in the same map to fight each other. Instead, they gave us each 9 kingdoms to face that had several kingdoms doing a fucking recovery KvK. You know, if they would have put us against each other, it would have been an epic Nile battle. Absolutely. Would have been fun as hell. So you know what I'm talking about, right? You guys didn't get fights? So, I mean, it's just, I don't know. And I don't know what the solution is. You can go into any KvK and if kingdoms don't like the matchup, if kingdoms don't want specific allies, if kingdoms want to do a recovery KvK, you can't control that. Can't control that at all. You know, and that could happen on any KvK map. Unfortunately, people look at Nile KvK as a recovery KvK. For me, yeah, it was a recovery KvK. I went into KvK at 152 million power. I'm coming out of KvK at 160 million power. Got 1 billion kill points, 3 million deads. For me, that's a recovery KvK. Didn't plan on it. It just happened that way. So let us see what is going on out here in the YouTube world. Appreciate the raid from Apo. I was just about to shut it down and raid him. I see Mad Achilles out here streaming. So we're gonna call it a day. We're gonna get you guys over to Mad Achilles. Title of his stream is I migrated to 2489 and 2377. So I'm kind of curious myself as to see what that's all about. We're gonna call it a day. Let's look one last time at Zenith for the night. We'll be back tomorrow to do a stream the last hour or so of Zenith. Make sure we get that top 10 finish. I'm still in second place. Okay. All right. I look at this every freaking half hour. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Appreciate Apo for the raid. If you haven't done so yet, please smash that like button on the way out the door. If you're not subscribed to the channel, how dare you leave when I join? Sorry, Pharaoh. If you're not subscribed to the channel, now's the time to do it. We are free to play friendly here. I try not to run ads in the middle of live streaming. I have it set to where I have to click the button to insert an ad. So hopefully none of y'all are getting ads. We're free to play friendly here. We do this shit for fun. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the ones that make it fun for me. When you get to Mad Achilles stream, just do a hashtag Lambo raid when you get there so he knows where you're coming from. And give that man a like. Give that man a subscription as well. Apo, love you, brother. We're going to put a link to your chat here. Or your channel here in chat. Once again, if you're not subscribed to Apocalypse Gaming, go and subscribe. Every now and then, you might catch Queenie on the stream. That's the better half. That's the more powerful half. That's the half that's in control. So you got to make sure and watch him whenever you can. And we'll see y'all on the next one, which will be tomorrow. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great night. or morning, whatever it is, wherever you are in this great big place we call Earth.